Flau'jae Johnson speaks on higher pay demands made by Caitlin Clark, predicts Allen Iverson-like shift in WNBA. The WNBA has never been bigger than it is right now. Attendance is soaring, TV ratings are setting records, and merchandise sales are climbing. With 5 new franchises expected to join by 2030, the league is expanding at a pace that few could have imagined just 5 years ago. Valuations are skyrocketing, too. The New York Liberty is now valued at $450 million and pulled in a record $2 million from a single game last May. But while the league reaches new heights, player pay has not kept up, and that growing gap has become impossible to ignore. Caitlin Clark has been vocal about fairer compensation, and now LSU star Flau'jae Johnson is making some bold predictions of her own. Why is Flau'jae Johnson comparing Caitlin Clark to Allen Iverson? Flau'jae Johnson, who decided to return to LSU for her senior year, is already predicted to be a top pick in the 2026 WNBA draft, and she's thinking about more than just scoring. Johnson was recently featured on the cover of Teen Vogue, and in the accompanying story, she compared the WNBA's current moment to a cultural shift that once transformed the NBA. Everything just changed with the times. You've got to think with AI, he changed the game in the NBA, Johnson said, pointing to Allen Iverson's braids, tattoos, and unapologetic attitude that redefined basketball culture in the 2000s. Iverson didn't just play the game. He reshaped it. His authentic style pushed the NBA into hip-hop culture, made individuality cool, and turned players into icons far beyond the hardwood. Johnson sees that same kind of opportunity opening up for the WNBA today. I feel like with the WNBA, we are just a newer league. The time is now, but I still feel like there's going to be somebody that comes in, blows it out of the water, and becomes a fashion icon like AI because that's the space for it, Johnson added. It's hard not to see Caitlin Clark as the player forcing that very shift. Since entering the league in 2024, Clark has single-handedly boosted the Indiana Fever's valuation, sold out arenas nationwide, and sent TV viewership through the roof. Clark is having a Beatles-like effect on the WNBA. Everywhere she goes, the show sells out. And yet, despite being worth hundreds of millions to the league, her salary is just $78,066 as part of a 4-year, $338,056 deal. That number is drastically lower than what NBA rookies make. To better understand the gap, consider this. The Atlanta Hawks selected Zachary Rizicher first overall in the 2024 NBA draft and signed him to a 4-year contract, just as Clark received after being the number 1 pick. However, Rizicher's contract is worth $57 million and includes a $12.6 million salary for the 2024-25 season. This contrast makes Johnson's words cut even deeper. Jackie Young currently receives the highest base salary in the WNBA, $252,450. Meanwhile, in the NBA, Stephen Curry's base salary for last season was $55,761,216, and Joel Embiid's was $51,415,938. Beyond the cultural shift that Johnson mentioned, a financial revolution is brewing. According to Sportico, Clark's presence alone has raised the Fever's valuation by 265% since 2023. Under the current collective bargaining agreement, however, even the best possible deal for a player caps out at $249,244, which is pennies compared to her actual market worth. Clark is said to have generated $11.1 million in value, but 99% of her income was made off the court through endorsements. For Johnson, this fight isn't about comparing paychecks but about solidarity. It's beautiful that all the women are coming together. And I feel like people get the wrong message of what it's about, Johnson said. It's not about getting paid like the NBA players. It's just about getting paid our due percentage of the revenue share. It's something that's got to be fixed, and it's deserved from a lot of work being put in for it. It's about fair treatment, so I'm down with the cause. I hope they figure it out soon. That gets to the heart of it. The players who came together wearing "Pay Us What You Owe Us" shirts ahead of the 2025 All-Star Game are not asking to make Stephen Curry money. They are asking for a fair slice of a rapidly growing pie. the WNBA's new $200 million per year TV deal with Disney, NBC, and Amazon proves the money is there. The question is whether the league's structure will allow players to benefit from the boom they helped create. Johnson's Iverson comparison is not just about braids and sneakers. It's about a transcendent star forcing the system to evolve. Just as Iverson changed how the NBA embraced individuality, Clark and the players standing with her could be the ones to redefine what value looks like in the WNBA. With her own star power on the rise, Johnson clearly plans to be a big part of that shift.